This is not how we were planning to start this week.
We are in the parking lot of a Walmart where we stayed for 2 nights. What really sucks though is that we think we might have a fuel leak. There is a puddle, might be too strong of a word for it, but there is a wet spot underneath our engine about the size of a large plate. We've always had oil drips there and we've been told that that's very normal, but the puddle it's bigger than it used to be. Jimmy did some troubleshooting yesterday for a few hours and it definitely seems like it's diesel. I was really hoping it would be a long time before I'd have to say this again, but we are going to take our bus to a diesel mechanic to get it checked out. I'm dreading this so much because we've already spent thousands on diesel mechanic bills this year alone, and it's really demoralizing, honestly. I was starting to feel good about it, but I feel like we're back at square one where we're having issues and we got to get it looked at. We're trying to be responsible. We don't want the bus to light on fire while we're driving it. That sounds really bad. So we're gonna go take it and get it looked at, and cross your fingers, y'all, because we need some good news. So we made it to a mechanic shop. This is a diesel mechanic. It looks like a pretty small operation, but we were able to meet the owner and he's a very nice guy. So I think they're gonna be able to help us out. They're gonna take a look at it and let us know what they see.
I really thought we were done with mechanical issue updates, but here we are again. So they had a look at it and they confirmed there's definitely a fuel leak, but they still need to determine exactly where it's coming from. So we're gonna come back early tomorrow. We'll be pulled into a bay and they can take it apart a little bit more to look and find where the leak's coming from. There's definitely a leak because when we moved it again, there was still another puddle underneath the bus. It's definitely something to look at, and I'm really glad we made the decision to come here. Because Natalie and I, we were just looking for any reason to tell ourselves that it's okay, we don't need to look at it, because it's just gonna be more money, and we spent a good amount of money at the last place. So we're gonna go find a place to stay for tonight. We do have plans for tomorrow, but tonight's still kind of up in the air.
The shop that we went to is very considerate and understanding that this is not just a car to us, this is our home. They decided to wait until tomorrow morning to start looking at it. If they were to start looking at it today, they likely wouldn't have had enough time to finish and we would have been out of our house for the night. So that was nice of them to think about. That's why we're waiting until tomorrow morning to go back there. And there's no guarantee that they'll finish it in one day, so we might still have to kind of figure out a new solution. But we'll figure that out when the time comes. They're doing their best, and we're just gonna try not to think about it until tomorrow. We are still in Little Rock. We've been here going on 2 weeks. This is by far the longest we've stayed in one spot since we left home. So we've been hanging around here because we were hoping that our paths would cross with some very important people who you will meet very soon, hopefully later tonight.
My lenses must have been really dirty because I was just in Walmart and they gave me 6 lens cloths for free. I know it was a promotional offer, but why did you pick me out?
Is it working?
Yeah, pretty clear.
Your eyes look so small when you hold your glasses like that.
There you go. Wow, this is nice. I mean, it's pretty much as clean as it normally is when I clean it with my shirt. I can clean you.
So we just got a text from our surprise guests and we're just packing up to go meet up with them. I think meeting up with them is gonna cheer us up a little bit and distract us from what's going on with our bus.
We're cleaning up for our guests.
We just got to their RV park. I see them! They're right there, they got the best spot in the park.
Alright, and now to finally introduce our special guests. These are my parents. This is Debbie and DeWitt. And they also run a YouTube channel called Shelly's Nest that you might have heard of from our last video. I asked them very nicely to set out some cardboard for us since we are leaking diesel right now. And we're in a very nice RV park. I don't think we're supposed to be here. They have the 10-year maximum rule where your rig needs to be no more than 10 years old. And ours is 23 years old. Also, it's a bus, so I don't think they allow these normally. But we're just visiting, so I think it's okay. DeWitt over there, he says it's
vintage.
It's vintage.
We should allow vintage rigs again.
Yeah. He's been here before, so he has some pull, apparently, and so he hooked us up. And so we'll be staying here for a couple hours, and then tomorrow night we have one spot secured. What you got there, Dad?
I don't know yet. You want to take a bite?
It's spacious in
It's
here.
so spacious.
I forgot how large it is.
Here's the living room that Natalie's in. The dining room where DeWitt is.
Wow, you guys have a couch and a dinette also.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying their best to cheer us up today. They were nice enough to treat us to dinner. That was honestly really fun last night to just kind of relax and forget about things for a while. But today, we got to face the music. We got to go back to the mechanic shop. They said they'd see us really early in the morning, so we're really hoping and crossing our fingers that they can diagnose it and do the fix all today so the bus doesn't have to stay there overnight, because we booked a campsite. We booked an RV spot next to DeWitt and Debbie, and we don't want to miss out on that. So we really hope we get the bus back tonight and that we don't have to drive it back tomorrow. A lot of things are going through our mind right now, but we're just really hoping we can get this over with as quick as possible and as cheap as possible. I feel like I don't usually do that, but before we headed off, I had to take a quick shot of that sunset because that is just crazy. It's at a Walmart, what are we? At a Cracker Barrel. I never would have thought to see that.
Jimmy, I think you did the thing again where you say sunset.
Sunrise. Natalie said it before, we're literally never up this early, so we call anything that looks like that a sunset.
Yep.
It's a sunrise. Something to remember.
We're driving straight through downtown North Little Rock right now, and the roads are horrendous. We just pulled up at the mechanic shop. Those are some of the worst, bumpiest roads I've ever been on in my life. It's kind of a rough start to the day because of that, but we were driving for about an hour. The GPS, it told us to turn down a road that had construction, so we couldn't turn down it.
Correction, the GPS told us to go down a road that did not exist. We were driving along the interstate, or like next to the interstate, you know, and apparently there was supposed to be a bridge that went over it that you could kind of like bypass the interstate and go across the interstate, but it literally did not exist. Like there were pillars there, but no road at all. So I don't know what the GPS expected us to do. So we had to take the long way around, and that just made the whole thing a lot rougher.
So we've been driving for like an hour. We were supposed to get here before they opened.
No one else is here though, so I think we're still first in line.
I think we're okay. And on the bright side, if our dishes survived that, I don't think we're ever gonna break our dishes from driving on a bad road.
Yeah, and if our bus wasn't broken by now, it definitely is now. So it's good that we're here.
Yes, yeah, bright side.
Oh my gosh.
Everything's shuffled, but I don't think it's broken. All right, it's gonna be a good day from here.
These guys have been our guardian angels this morning. They picked us up from the mechanic shop and they fed us. I was getting the vibes of, you know, when you return home from school or college or a long trip and they feed you and, you know, there's like a turkey feast waiting for you and they just fill you up. That's what it was like, but with Popeye's fried chicken.
Even better.
Anything for our kids.
All right, Natalie, don't do anything suspicious.
I'm eyeing Jimmy because I know he wants to go get on that tire swing.
It looks directly above the water, so I have no idea how to get there other than to swim. The water doesn't look the cleanest either. They actually have trails here. Really uniquely named too. They have red, blue, and yellow trails.
So it's about 2:30 and we still haven't heard anything back about our bus, which I think is okay. I just hope that they can finish working on it before the end of the day. I think they're gonna do their best to so that we can stay in it tonight. I'm just anxiously waiting to hear back with an update. I just really wanna know what's going on. And I don't wanna call them because I don't wanna bother them. This is a really nice distraction. This is a pretty little walk, and it's surprising that they have something this nice just so close to the city center. Wow, Jimmy, you just completed all 3 trails around the Cindy Miller Island in Arkansas. How do you feel?
Well, I'd like to thank my team for supporting me along the way. It was a tough trip, but I had the support of my loved ones nearby that, you know, just kind of pushed me through, especially towards the end.
Good job, Jim.
Hello?
Hey, Mr. James. This is Brad from Truck and Trailer.
Hey, Brad. How's it going?
Hey, you doing good, man? I think we have just about got you wrapped up.
Okay, yeah, awesome. That's great news. Well, we should be there like within the hour. That is awesome news. They said they've been running the truck for over half an hour and they haven't had any leaks, and they're gonna keep it running until we get there just to be sure, but that's really, really good news.
Now we gotta run back so that we can hop in the car and go pick up our bus. Wish us luck.
We're good to go. They gave us the green light, so we're gonna drive out.
Okay.
All right, thanks guys.
Yeah,
Thanks,
y'all have a
y'all.
good one.
Thanks, you too. So tonight we got our own spot at the same RV park as Jimmy's parents. So we're gonna get situated and park in our spot, and then we'll fill you in on what's happening with the bus and with all the maintenance.
Hopefully it's the one open spot. All right, so where's the hookup, the electrical?
I think it's that one. We're
This spot was made for us. For all you haters that said that we put the shore power plug on the wrong side, they knew we were coming and they hooked us up with the right-sided RV spot. Total coincidence, but that is very convenient. Nice.
Our bus was obviously at the mechanics all day today. The good news is they stopped 90% of the fuel leaks. They went and replaced all of the rubber seals around our fuel pump because that's where they could see the drips, and the valley was completely filled with diesel, so it was really just hemorrhaging fuel. So they fixed all of those, and then they let it run for about 30 minutes. They cleaned off everything and saw how much diesel was piling up after they fixed all the rubber seals. And they saw a small snail trail coming from our fuel pump, which is not great news because it's a sign of degradation for our fuel pump. So it's something that we will likely need to get fixed later down the road. But their professional opinion was that we can run it for a little while. It should be fine. Maybe even for the next year. So now that we know that that could be an issue, we're gonna keep an eye out for a fuel leak in the future. We'll know that we can probably isolate it to our fuel pump. So I feel much better about it. They were very reasonably priced. They were very nice and explained things to us. They got all into the engine with Jimmy and kind of pointed it out so that he really knew what to look for, what the problem was, how they fixed it. So we feel really good about this whole mechanic experience. So we'll put their information in our description. If you're ever in Little Rock, Arkansas, we highly recommend these guys as diesel mechanics. I feel much better about the situation, even though the fuel pump is not in tip-top shape. It's good to know that. We'll just monitor it going forward. So this could have been much, much worse. We're relieved that things seem to be resolved, and now we're at the RV park and we can just kind of relax for the night. We've got a spot for ourselves this time. So we're just feeling really relieved, and now we're just gonna focus on spending some time with family.
DeWitt is the talkative one in our family. If you leave him alone long enough, he'll go find the closest stranger and strike up a conversation with them. And that's currently what he's doing now. They came over to say hello and see our bus for the first time in a while, but they got distracted pretty quickly. Welcome, neighbors.
Hi.
Today is our last day in Little Rock. We said goodbye to my parents last night. It was really convenient that we just happened to cross paths right when we had the fuel leak issue. So it could have been a lot worse, and it was really fun just to hang out with them and kind of forget about everything while the bus was in the shop. All right, you ready to break our bus one more time and get on the road?
I'm ready to get on the road.
Yeah, we gave him this sob story saying, hey, our son's coming. He's driving across the country. Can we make room for him? And they did.
Yeah, when we talked to them, they told us no, but apparently they didn't know who my father was, so I didn't know I was supposed to play that card at an RV park in Arkansas.
Or would you rather have a hamburger? What would you like? Would you like a hamburger or a chicken patty sandwich? Please vote in the comments below.
You can tell she has her own channel.
But today, we're back in reality. Oh, there goes gravity. On the bright side, if the travel videos don't work out, we can always become a diesel mechanic review channel.
I don't think we can keep up with that. It's expensive.